Yes.
Yes, please.
Okay. I was saying the person who was saying something was saying it to not within this meeting. He was talking to other people. So I suggest maybe they should be muted.
Okay. I had muted, but the scene is that some of them unmute themselves, but then it tends to happen that it becomes a little bit chaotic. Sorry for that. Okay, let me continue with what I was trying to suggest. So I was suggesting that supposedly, if it's like we are having a classroom, a class lecture of say maybe 30 minutes, okay, say like 30 minutes, we could divide it into 10 minutes. I'm just taking an example. It could be 45 minutes, it could be more than that also, okay? Sometimes ranging to a number of hours. But the whole idea is dividing the class in a certain amount of time, yes? So the first 10 minutes could be, again, be divided into five minutes each. And in the first 5 minutes as you enter in, you would be simply discussing about what concepts you had learned in the earlier, you had taught in the earlier class, yes, and what were the understandings, what were the conclusions from that particular part of the lecture, part of the previous lecture, yes, and then in the next 5 minutes, you could project such kind of a game. Now, there are many game ideas which I have put into this particular presentation so that we could use it according to the students which we are interacting with. Okay, so it shouldn't be that there is a repeatability in every other batch we are encountering, right? So it could be that there's a separate game for a particular batch, yeah, which we have kept ready, and then there is next batch which is coming up in the few hours or probably on the very next day. So it's not just a repeatability, we also do not get bored, and secondly, the students also become more and more interactive, and whenever they discuss among themselves, they would be more and more excited to share their experiences. So it's just an effort or a trial and error method wherein we are trying to develop this method of learning wherein they would be more and more attracted, or they would be more and more having a love towards this particular subject. Yes, so in the next 5 minutes we could put up a game, okay, which they could solve it and they could give in their answers. So this could be for the very first time very verbal in nature, okay, wherein we simply show the cards, yes, and ask them to name the functional groups. Yes, so this could be saving our time wherein we write on the board or something like that on the blackboard, and then we are trying to put it up in a different manner. The next 10 minutes would be the core conceptual part which we would be discussing, right? And the last 10 minutes could again be divided into 5 minutes each. Yes, so this could be some of the games which would help us to make the learning more and more interesting. Now, what could be your response about such kind of a game? Have you ever tried such kind? The very first question from my side is: have you ever tried such kind of a game introduction, a card game introduction in your classrooms? Has it ever been in such a manner that you have tried to project it? Yes, teachers. Hello.
Hello.
Yes. Please tell me.
The honest truth is we haven't. I don't know
Sorry.
about my colleagues.
Evaristo. Yes, teacher.
Are you able to get me?
Yes, please, could you pardon me? Could you repeat?
Yeah, I was saying that this is a very good game, but unfortunately, I don't think most of us have tried it. I don't know about my colleagues, but we haven't, and I feel from here we are going to definitely try it.
Sure. Why not? Definitely. That could be one of those things. Anyone else? Evaristo, teacher Evaristo.
Hello?
Yes, please tell me.
Hello?
Yes, please
Yeah,
tell me.
I
I'm
think
able to hear you.
for this game, I think I, for one, have not done it before. So I think it is also one of the learning points in this training. I think I will employ this method. I think it can also help the learners to understand these concepts easily. I think I'm learning
Exactly.
also. I think most of us, if not at all, if nothing, maybe there could be others, but I, for one, to be honest, this is the learning point which I'm getting from you. Yeah,
Okay.
going forward, I will employ this method. Thank you.
Certainly, certainly. And in fact, I would say that we could develop this method by our own, probably we could just put in some card games by ourselves. Yeah. And we could develop this and exchange it among ourselves so that, we could make the utmost use of it. So probably, if at all, I'm talking about this particular development of the card game, which I actually started a few years back, wherein I had, drawn out some concept maps or something like that, and it really worked well with the students. So these were the tried and tested methods I had took up, and it really helped to gain a lot of interest in the students' mind, because they were able to see chemistry from a different point. You see. So probably if some of us have tried it out, or probably if we are going to try it out, what we could do is we would develop such kind of card games, okay, and we could exchange it among ourselves. So probably someone must be more and more interested in representing the orbitals, yes, or some of us must be interested in representing the element symbols also in a similar manner. So I guess we need to give it a try always, because it's all about experimenting. It's all about trial and error method, which we would be running in, right? Now, yes, Jane, sir. Yes, teacher Jane, tell me.
Yes, I think I will agree with everyone that have not tried the game yet. And what I've noticed is that all the games that you actually showed to us are actually very helpful. If we can have a lot of them, then pick those that we can use in classes, because I don't know about other schools. For me, chemistry is given about 3 periods, chemistry, science, while pure chemistry is given about 6 periods in a week. So I feel the one disadvantaged is for impure science chemistry. You have maybe 40 periods to teach a class on organic chemistry, introducing it. So I could prefer a game maybe which would take about 10 to 15 minutes, so that I still have time with the kids after they do the game. So if only you can just share these games, maybe we can pick or incorporate some of the things so that we make it suitable for our lessons.
Certainly, certainly, ma'am. Certainly, definitely. Yes. Anyone else is wanting to speak? I guess someone else was raising their hands.
Yes, please.
Yes.
Yes, I think most of these games that we are learning today are computer generated, or maybe let me say they are computer based. I think maybe going forward we should maybe have them. Then, as we are teaching in rural schools, can try to maybe formulate some kind of cards so that those cards are physical cards. They try to play the same games. I think they can help. So we are learning a
Yes,
lot anyway.
so probably we could do one thing is that I would like to suggest one thing is probably we could keep some sessions wherein we could develop these card games, okay, and certain amount of ideas wherein we could develop these card games and exchange it across, yes, and again that would be again an experimental method wherein even I could try it on my side using your set of games, and you could try it on your side using my set of games. So probably it could be kind of an exchange program which we would be doing then. That could also be one of the suggestions if every one of you agree to it. Yes. So definitely we could try different types of methods. So let me just show you the other part of the games also. So this could be one of them. The other one would be the fun with elements. So usually what we as teachers have experienced, and what I have got inputs from various number of teachers whom I have seen, whom I have met till date, is that students have a problem in giving out the symbols of the elements also. Yes, there are students who are knowing the symbols but not their names properly, or vice versa. Then again that becomes a really hard time for us, that telling them or correcting them even at that particular level. So in such cases, we again have certain games in this section also, fun with elements or the periodic table, or even there are games of orbitals also. Yes. So in such cases, again, the same website with this particular kind of a format which was projected. So wherein these elements have been put up over here in the symbol column, okay, and they have given spaces to write down the names of the elements. It looks to be very simple, okay. As a teacher, if we go to see, it's a very simple game. It's nothing like a rocket science thing which is going to come into the picture. But then the students get drawn towards such kind of tools very much because they are able to do it individually, the very first thing. Now, secondly, if they are doing it in a group of say 3 or 4 people also, there are various inputs which come into the picture. So when they interact with each other, saying that if supposedly say like student A is saying, okay, this is ascertine here, but some others one is saying no, this is not ascertine, this is some other element. So they are able to correct each other when they are in presence of each other in a particular group. So there is more amount of interaction, there is more amount of doubt solving also, and then finally they come to the teacher asking about it. So more the interaction, more the communication, more it would be that they are able to develop the love or develop some affinity towards the subject. Elsewhere altogether, if we go to see as a whole, chemistry is not going to be gulped down, or it's not like a magic wand that we simply move through or hover through the student and they come to know about everything. It's nothing like that. They need to do it every now and then. They need to go through it every now and then so that they have a familiarity with the elements very well. Okay, so the story starts with the elements and then it goes towards the valency charts, the compounds or something like that. So such kind of games are also there. Now, this particular screenshot which I have taken is of the whole page. Now, let me just explain you this in a GIF. Just hold on. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. So now in this case, what we are able to see is that we have such kind of a MCQ, that's a multiple choice question sheet ready made on the net. Okay, I guess every one of us must be knowing such kind of websites wherein we get ready-made sheets and we could simply select it and all. So in such cases, if at all we are not having a good access to the internet, or the students are not able to access the internet, what we could do is we could simply take printouts also of these sheets. This is a very basic thing which I'm telling you, although, but there are sometimes doubts in our mind that, supposedly there's a full whole website which is showing us different amount of questions with the different amount of options, and we have to choose one of the options. So we definitely have doubts in our mind that whether we are able to print out the sheet or not. Then yes, definitely we can take the printout, simply press Ctrl P and we get the printouts of this. This was a basic source of information. So such kind of websites are available with us wherein we can simply go and have an access to these sheets also. Now, in addition to this, there were some inputs given by our teachers is that the availability of the labs. Now, this is going to be a major drawback for all of us, I guess. Availability of labs, I guess. Is it so? Is it true, teachers?
It is true.
It is true.
Yes.
Yes. So before I could touch this sensitive topic, I wanted to have some inputs from your side as to what are the what I could say, what are uh, the negatives, or rather is what are the problems which are being faced by the students in terms of the practicals or the laboratories available to them, as to what are the actual responses, as in, are the laboratories not at all there, or they are not in a good condition, or having good number of reagents? What is the actual problem? Could I know some information about the same?
Yeah, can I come in?
Yes, please, please.
Yeah, the problems are quite ranging. In some schools, like rural schools, there are actually no labs at all. Some are mobile labs. Then in some schools where there are labs already, where the structures are already there, the chemicals may not be there. Especially as I talked about chemicals to do with organic chemistry are not actually there completely. So it's a quite wide-ranging issue. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Fine. Any more inputs?
Oh,
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
The other challenge is, I think, the numbers in class. Most of the classes that we're teaching now, I think the numbers are just too big. You find that you are teaching a class of 70, 65, or 80. So you find that whenever you come up with an activity and to allow the pupils to share an opportunity to participate, you find that it becomes a challenge. It is time consuming. I think that is another big challenge we have.
Okay. So is it that you are operating on small science kits which are available in the market, or is it that the laboratory is not there and hence we are buying science kits? What is it?
We are literally operating from classrooms.
I'm sorry, could you repeat?
We are operating from classrooms. I'm saying we are operating from classrooms. We don't have laboratories, most of us, or maybe some of us, if I can say so.
Okay. So I guess maximum amount of problems are that there are no laboratories at all. Okay. So are we making any kind of science kits available to the students by any chance?
Again, please.
Are we making any kind of science kits available to the students as such?
And unfortunately, no. I think the problem has been the funding. Our source of funding in the past was coming from school fees, but this time around, the source of funding is coming direct from the government. I think maybe as schools, as government schools, especially in rural schools, will try by all means to channel these funds towards maybe coming up with these kits. But otherwise, at the moment, as things stand, most of us are facing that big challenge.
Okay, fine. So that could be, of course, then again, it boils down to the same point, saying that there are absence of laboratories and
hello?
lack of, yes, hello.
Hello?
Yes,
Hello?
Evaristo. Yes, tell me.
Yeah, in terms of laboratories, in terms of most of the schools, they don't have laboratories. They operate just as a class, you just use a mobile app to go and deliver your lessons. However, in some schools where there are labs, you find that, especially for organic chemistry, we are lacking chemicals for us to carry out those practicals. So most of the time, these lessons are taught theoretically, and it will be difficult for the learners to get the information which we need to deliver to them. So these are really affected the teaching of organic chemistry in schools. Thank you.
Okay. What about the ball and stick models or some 3D models of the molecules? Are they available to be shown to the students?
Yeah, models, not really. I think at the school where I am, we have 9 of the models for organic chemistry. We don't have any. So they are not readily available. So that also affects the teaching of organic chemistry.
Okay,
Yeah.
fine.
Thank you.
So in fact, due to which they are not able to even visualize the molecular models, I guess. That would be one of the major drawbacks they are facing.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, fine. Any more responses? Any more different responses from any other teachers? Okay, so have we ever tried to have? Have we ever tried to have any kind of? Have we ever tried to explore any kind of online labs by any chance?
What's the question again?
Yes, I repeat my question once again. Have we ever tried to explore any kind of online or virtual labs on the internet by any chance?
Hello?
No.
Yes. Please tell me.
Hello?
Yes, teacher, tell me. Yes.
Yeah, I have tried to do that, and they are quite helpful. But the only challenge is how to project them to the learners. If only learners could participate, learn by watching those online labs,
Right.
I feel they can benefit quite a lot.
Okay. So that's one of the major drawbacks. Okay. So probably now in that case, what I have done is from my side is that I was just managing to list down those online virtual labs, which could be one of the ways by which we could be able to project those videos to the students. Now, one thing what I was not sure of that as to how much are we having an access to the different projecting tools, right? So something like a simple projector which could be used in the classroom. So are we actually having such kind of tools in our different schools wherein we could have some projectors and it could be simply be connected to the internet and we could project some videos to the online virtual labs? Are we having such kind of tools in the classrooms?
Hello. I think schools in the urban districts or in the peri-urban districts, they can access those tools, but it's on borrowing basis.
Right.
But for schools I think it may be difficult because even if they borrow, some of them they don't even have electricity, or they have a challenge with electricity. But otherwise,
Okay.
tools, especially projecting tools, I think they can be available if we coordinate very well.
Fine. So electricity is again an issue which needs to be encountered. Okay, fine. And
Hello?
yes, hello, tell me.
Hello?
Yes.
Hello? Yeah,
Hello.
the hello?
Yes, please
Are you
tell
able
me.
to
Please
get
tell
me?
me. Yes,
Yeah.
I'm able to.
The okay. The projector are variable. However, due to lack of electricity in some places, it is difficult for people to deliver the lessons using projector, because recently government has even gave out these projectors to different schools. So they are there. So the only challenge, the big challenge is the electricity, where people fail maybe to project because there is no power in those such type of areas.
Okay. So I guess in that case, it would be more beneficial for us if at all we had some good laboratories in flesh wherein students could perform by themselves, I guess, more than having those projectors or tools. Because again, if there is an electricity problem, then we would not be able to use the projectors too. So yes, I guess then in that case, a good laboratory would work much more than a projector or any online tools, I guess. Okay, fine. No issue.
Hello?
Yes,
Hello?
please.
Can I hear me?
Hello.
Yeah, hello. Yeah, I want wanted to really find out, like in my case, I would have loved that. Apart from just showing the videos, because the videos stimulate the audio, visual sensations. I was thinking that also probably we needed more education on coming up of simulations, so that they can also,
Yes.
the power of simulations, they trouble the motor skills. So
Absolutely.
yeah, would have loved also. I was once taught in that, but I think I didn't grasp that much in a way, in the way simulations can be constructed. But I felt those can be very helpful because
Yes,
they are quite
certainly.
active. Yeah, they are quite active.
Yes.
The learners also have become active in the whole lesson, and they can
In
help
fact, that's one of,
sharpen
yes.
their motor skills. Yeah,
Yes,
thank you.
certainly, certainly. Yes. Simulations work a lot more than the videos or the audio learning methodologies, because in simulations, basically, the learner is interrupted to enter in some values, okay, enter in some reagents by themselves, and then they are going to see the results. So sometimes, if at all we have a certain number of conical flasks which are being flashed onto the screen, then in that case, they're allowed to mix up them with each other, and the simulation itself tells about whether this reaction would be able to work or not. Then yes, we definitely have some links to such simulations also. Okay, let me just show you one or many of them, I would say. Uh, just give me 1 minute. Okay, let me just share my screen with you. Okay, I hope the screen is visible of us. Now, this is one of the websites which I was, which I have been going through, and oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. So over here, basically, it's a simple experiment wherein determination of EMF of a cell is going to be shown. And over here, what they have tried to do is they have tried to project different kind of tabs like theory, procedure, simulator, animation, video, Viva, resources, and feedback. So all of it comes under one roof. So you have a theory also in that case, okay? So it's a kind of objective, or the what I could say, the history of that particular experiment. Then you have the procedure which has been laid down to carry out that experiment with some pictorial representations, what all you would be needing. Then there is a simulator also. Now in this case, when they have tried to project the simulator, what they have done is they have placed such kind of parameters. So you could adjust the temperatures. Now, in this case, we would be able to let the student experience by himself or by herself as to what if I increase this temperature, or what if I decrease the temperature in the said half cells. Yes. So in that case, he or she can select the anode, the cathode accordingly. Yes. Adjust the concentrations also. Yeah. And they can see the results on the display, the digital voltmeter which has been placed over here. So as to how much amount of current is going to flow, how much amount of current is going to be produced during this particular interaction. So such kind of simulations, yes, they can work with, provided again the same thing as to how much access the students are having to the internet. So definitely, yes, we can have such kind of simulations to be accessed by the students. Now, it's not just this one website. In fact, we have a lot of them. So we could even have one of these simulations over here. Now, this particular website is into not only just chemistry, but also physics simulations. So supposedly, if I was talking about maybe the soap, okay, so soap in connection with the colloids, in connection with the micelle concentrations, the micelle formations, yes. So everything could be showcased over here. Let us see. It's not opening up. Okay, this is needing a sign in, I guess. Let me show you this one. This one was also interesting. So look at this. This is an actual laboratory which we are trying to show up. So over here you are having an azodite test which is going to be running in. So here what we have is, it is given us the piece of information, help us to reorganize our box of amines by performing the azodite test. So use your results to determine if the unknown amine is a primary aromatic amine or not. So basically what we go through is this, there's a compound, okay, what we have to put in. So we could select the reagents accordingly and we could play with this simulation. Now, I don't know what has gone wrong. I guess teachers, there's something which I'm missing on. Okay, I guess I got to sign up in that case. But then yes, this is again a free platform which could use, wherein we could show the students as to how do you add and how could you test this. I don't know, it was working previously, but there's something which has gone wrong. I'm extremely sorry for that. Yeah. Now see this. This is one of the virtual kids lab. So you start off and then you can accordingly explore. So so basically in this, yeah. So we got to click on the correct objects like this lab coat, then the safety goggles. So now in this case, they have projected every small little experiment, wherein now over here in this case, they would be making us observe the making of a bread. So
Hello.
yes, hello.
Hello.
Yes. So
I can't get any sound.
The sound is there. She's not just speaking.
Okay.
okay, so basically what I was wanting to say is that these would be the kind of simulations which we could have. Yes. So just 1 minute. Give me just 1 minute to yes, get back to all of you. Okay. So basically what I was, as our other teacher suggested that what could be the type of simulations, then yes, definitely we have the availability of such kind of simulations like that of PhET interactive simulations, which are available for physics as well as for chemistry. Then we have this BASF virtual labs, and the other virtual labs are also there, but they probably need a sign up, but then they would be making their platform available for us free for a certain amount of time. So it could be a 30-day free trial or something. So in such cases, what we could do is supposedly, if we have a session which is made available just for the practical inputs. So what we could do this, we could line up such kind of simulations for certain lectures of ours with the students. And then, you know, in concerns with a particular topic or a concept, we could show such kind of simulations. So, you know, we could probably add it in front of them and we could show the different types of changes which are seen. So that this could serve as a temporary substitute for the practical sessions. So it's not just that it is a permanent solution as such, because obviously even we know well that the real flesh practicals which we play in the laboratories and the simulations are not at all going to match as such, but there could be at least a slight inclination towards a particular experimental input, you see. So the students would be more and more interested in trying out these things whenever they get an availability of the laboratory, okay? Or they could try these simulations by themselves by adding in some different wrong components, okay? Even we could do this, that we could add in some wrong components and we could show them the effects also on the simulations. So these simulations have gone that far that, you know, they could give us such kind of inputs that if at all you go wrong, what happens? And if you're going correct, what happens? How do you correct a wrong situation? So these simulations have been developed in such a manner. So the video and the audio inputs which we usually use are the most common ones, which even students can have an access to. But then simulations really play an important role in projecting a particular idea, I would say. Then if at all we have an access in showing these simulations to students, it would give at least a very good idea to them. This would be my suggestion, but I again need some inputs from your side as to how much is it possible to show these simulations to them. Yes, teachers, I need your inputs. Yes, teachers, I need your inputs.
I think
Yes.
that just the way the others have mentioned, these illustrations can easily be shown. Maybe a teacher can download them and show the pupils, but then it also comes back to the issue of electricity in the rural areas. You need maybe a laptop which is fully charged. You charge it maybe from town, or where if you have a solar source of solar energy, then you present to the pupils. Otherwise, the major challenge is really on the issue of electricity in the rural. Otherwise, those that have access to electricity and internet, this is one of the best things I've seen. And it's my first time actually seeing an online lab. And I've realized that it's very useful because even if in my school we do not have chemicals, I can still use that lab to explain to the pupils. And it will really be helpful for them if they're able to watch it.
Exactly. Yes, certainly. Yes, teacher Lizzie, you wanted to talk something? Yes.
I've heard so many teachers have talked about not having labs or access to electricity. I am in the urban area, and then we have all these things that teachers have said don't have in their schools. We have the projector, we have the labs, full labs for all the sciences. But the issue is, again, I can get these labs from the net as a teacher, but there's no internet at school. Right. For me to show to download and then show the pupils right there in the school setup. I need to use my own. I need to use my own internet. I can do that, but very few teachers would do that. That's another challenge that we are having, even if we've got access to the electricity and the labs. That's my contribution.
Okay. Certainly. Thank you for that, ma'am. Yes, anyone else wanting to put in some more?
Hello?
Yes, please.
Yes, I just wanted to add, maybe in another way again, most of these things for example, this meeting we're having, or can I say this program we're having, it's self-sponsored. There are people who have they have to dip into their pockets to travel to where there is network and attend this meeting. So I think maybe it's time we started, with our head teachers, deputy head teachers. I think it's the time they should wake up and realize to say we can tap into technology, not necessarily just buying a few chemicals here, go and buy this, go and do this and this, but even this kind of learning that we are having right now, I think there should be some kind of sponsorship. Suppose we didn't have this talk time where, or can I say, resources to buy data bundles. How are we going to get this very important information and this very important lesson that we've learned today? So I think it's time that we should look into technology and start pushing it forward.
Certainly, certainly. Because technology needs to go hand in hand with our learning methodologies, probably. It's high time, I guess, because we would not be able to reach out to the students if we are not able to take, or rather base use the technologies to a certain extent. Not all of it, but at least to a certain extent. This is what even I feel. Yes, yes, other teachers are also wanting to present their inputs. Please come forward. Hello? Yes? Yes? Yes, Anastasia.
Oh yeah, my contribution is we are complaining of electricity, we are complaining of internet and the like, but there should be a way. Since we have learned, I think it is now up to us who are here, who have gotten the knowledge, to take it back to our various schools, our various maybe districts or provinces, so that they should take it up as a government. Because if we take this message to maybe the schools take it up to the DEBs and PO, I'm sure something can be done, because the whole issue is, at the end of the day, it is the child who benefits. That's my contribution.
Absolutely, absolutely. Taken in, noted. Yes, teacher Musonda. Musonda. Yeah, please. Yes, teacher Musonda George.
Hello. Hello.
Yes. Please tell me. I'm Ria.
Yes, the other challenge that we have again, maybe let's look at our chemistry. Like I heard someone saying in pure chemistry. I don't know if there are such terms, but I think when we are doing the one we are calling here in Zambia physichem, meaning physics and chemistry, and the pure chemistry, I think time allocation for the physichem, I think it's very bad. Because you find that you are given 3 periods in a week, which is about 40 minutes per period. Then you are rushing to finish the syllabus. So you find that most of the times you're just doing the lecture method, so that if the supervisors come, they just find something written to say, no, we cover this. I think we should look at time allocation when it comes to physicum, yes.
Certainly. I need to know. See, the scene is that, I'm just here to share my bunch of experience as well as know your side also. Because until and unless I know what is happening on your side, or what kind of problems all of you are going through, I would not be able to know as to how could I project my bunch of experiences, or the inputs which I have used and the outputs which I have got. So definitely I had an access even to the rural areas where there is least amount of internet, or I would say in fact no internet at all. And then we had to develop some methodologies through the current references which we have been using, like the textual ones, okay? But then we got to modify them also to a certain extent. And that needs to be made more and more interesting. Now, the printed materials cannot be modified at a certain instant, of course. So what we can do is we can have some extensions to it, something like card games, something which would make the student more and more engrossed in the learning of this particular subject. Elsewhere, we would not be able to let them reach out to the beauty of this particular subject. So keeping in mind those syllabus completion deadlines, as well as the absence of laboratories, everything is there, because even over here we have these kind of problems we are facing, wherein in all of those rural areas, students are not able to have an access to good teachers also. I mean, at least your students are having certain good number of teachers like you, people over there who are standing in flesh in front of them. in certain rural areas, they do not even have an access to the teachers. So they are not able to see as to this particular expensive resource, as I quoted earlier also. So being a teacher is the most important thing for a student. Now, after that comes in the extensions, which we are going to use, which we are going to project in certain ways. So, we could employ certain different methods, like maybe the mind map suggestion, maybe the cardboard game, or maybe the conceptual maps, some pictorial representations from our sides, some 3D figures, some 3D structures, which we could give them in a particular manner, in a particular format. So probably I could do one thing is that share my bunch of experiences, share what I am using in those areas, so that let's see how it would be benefiting the other students out there. So if it works, definitely it's going to contribute to the performance, and of course it would be leading to our satisfaction. So let's put forth all of the problems right there in front of the government, and secondly, even employ those methods which we have talked about, I guess, right? Right, teachers? What do you think?
Right.
Okay, okay. So can we just take one round of a small game once again? Can we do that?
Yes.
Anyone of you? Okay, so I hope everyone must be ready for the same. And everyone, I mean, none of you would say no to such kind of an input. So let me just place the link on our WhatsApp group of Chemistry Colloquium. Sorry?
We're anxiously waiting, madam.
Yes. 2 minutes, just give me 2 minutes. Till then, let me just place it on the... Okay, could I ask the coordinator to please post this on the WhatsApp group? I guess, yeah, 1 minute. Okay, I have placed it on the WhatsApp group. Now this is about the orbitals, which we are going to try out. So let's start. Every one of you, have you clicked on the link?
Yes, please.
Okay. So you can start. 3, 2, and 1, you go and start with the game. Come on. Let's see how many clicks. It's about the orbitals. And this is going to be a little tricky, let me tell you. Yes. Is it going a little difficult?
I'm done.
Whoa.
It's interesting.
I'm done.
Great. That's nice. Is everyone
Done
done?
with 4 clicks.
Everyone is done?
I'm done.
Whoa, great. Okay, everyone is done?
Connecting.
Okay.
Wow, what an interesting game. This is beautiful. I'm done.
Whoa, great.
These games are very interesting, eh?
Seriously, they are, they are. And we literally step into the shoes of students for one moment and we simply get into it. I personally have experienced this, so no doubt. Okay, so that was a chunk of refreshment we could have today. Well, so let's do one thing is that whoa, okay. So someone has literally placed great, 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 great on the group itself. Wow.
As well.
Great. So I hope, yes, we all had a great time interacting. At least I had a great time interacting with all of you. I hope that every one of you had the same. And we would be meeting up in the next oncoming sessions also probably. So let's see how we can exchange different responses, different experiences which we had with the students, and make this colloquium a success.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It was
This
very
was-
helpful.
This was
Thank
very
you.
helpful.
Thank
Very
you.
interesting.
Thank you so
Very
much.
interesting.
Enjoyed your lesson.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank
So,
you so much.
you.
I think I was in class.
yes, it was
Bye-bye.
really great interacting with
In our
all of
local
you,
language,
seriously.
Zikomo
And
Kwambiri.
yes, yes, surely. In fact, even I felt great to interact with all of you, seriously. And I had a lot of inputs coming from your side. And the excitement level is super high. So that's great. Okay, so see you in the next oncoming sessions.
All right.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. God bless
Bye.
you.
Bye.
Bye.
God
Thank you
bless
very
you.
Thank you so much. That was so nice. God bless all of us with lovely chemistry, interactions, and bondings to come in. Yeah.
Let's go.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much.
Yes, yes, ma'am. Thank you
Next
so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank all of
Bye-bye.
you. Yes. Yeah, bye. Bye.
Mama, I told you to pay. That's what I told you.
Change it.
I told you that you bring to pay.